Hi, my name is Nabil Dale, and I'll be presenting Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is about facility layout. The goal of this chapter is to analyze the common types of manufacturing layouts and illustrate layouts used in non-manufacturing settings. There are a few things to consider when making decisions about layout. Things to consider include what you're trying to do and what processes you need to do it, how much demand there is going to be for what you are producing, how many processes there will be to make your product, how much space will these processes take up, and the availability of this space. The four most common layouts are work center, assembly line, manufacturing cell, and project layout. Now, work center, assembly line, and project layout are all basic types, while manufacturing cell is actually a hybrid. Work center layout is also known as job shop or functional layout. It's a format in which similar equipment or functions are grouped together. It uses systematic layout planning, a technique for solving process layout problems when the use of numerical flow data between departments is not practical. Common examples include car manufacturers and toy manufacturers. When developing a work center layout, the key is to focus on arranging work centers that have similar processes. For assembly line design, equipment or work processes are arranged according to the progressive steps by which the product is made. The most common example is a conveyor that passes through workstations regularly. These uniform time intervals are called the workstation cycle time. Balancing and precedence must be considered. Almost any product that has multiple parts and is produced in large volume uses assembly lines to some degree. This includes toys, appliances, autos, planes, guns, garden equipment, clothing, and all kinds of electronics. Because the longest required task time is often the shortest possible workstation cycle time, time management for tasks is very important. Solutions include splitting the task so that complete units are processed in two workstations, sharing the task so that an adjacent workstation does part of the work, assigning the task to two workstations simultaneously, using a faster worker, working overtime, or redesigning the product to reduce task time. Other possibilities include equipment upgrades, a roaming helper to support the line, a change in materials, or multi-skilled workers. Flexible and U-shaped line layouts are intended to deal with unequal workstation times. These layouts have three main focuses. The first is operators trading elements of work. The second is operators being able to help each other. And the third is operators having better access to the assembly line. There's also mixed model line balancing. This focuses on scheduling different products to be produced at the same time to avoid a buildup of in-process inventory. Shifting the cellular layout means grouping parts into families that follow a common sequence of steps, identifying dominant flow patterns, and physically grouping machines into cells. This has several benefits. The first is better human relations. The second is improved operator expertise. The third is less in-process inventory. And the fourth is faster production setup. Typical examples of manufacturing cells include metal fabrication, computer chip manufacturers, and assembly work. In developing project layout, you can visualize the product as the hub of a wheel with materials and equipment moving around it. The product remains at one location and equipment is moved to the product. This is characterized by a relatively low number of production units compared to work center and assembly line formats. Other layouts include retail service layouts, designed to maximize net profit per square foot of space, but they also take into account things like ambient conditions, the spatial layout and functionality, and the signs, symbols, and artifacts. Another layout would be an office layout, which can be used to reinforce company values. These layouts also consider servicescapes, which refers to the physical surroundings in which the service takes place and how these surroundings affect customers and employees.